this channel, a systematic teaching enables you to put an end to suffering and reincarnation. Please find the playlist of this series in the description. Mahayana Pure Land welcomes you. To Enlightenment 77. Amitabha's 48 Great Vows. Transform consciousness into wisdom. What is consciousness? What is wisdom? Consciousness is the opposite of wisdom. It is a delusional mind. We mortals use consciousness. When we see phenomena, our minds will be affected and we thus give rise to thoughts to differentiate and attach to it. This is consciousness. All thoughts are consciousness. Buddha and Bodhisattvas use wisdom. They are not affected by external phenomena. We should practice to transform our consciousness into wisdom. What is transforming consciousness into wisdom? When you are no longer affected by external phenomena and give rise to discrimination and attachment, you have transformed consciousness into wisdom. You may ask, would that work? When I see something happen, my heart does not move and I do not give rise to thoughts. How do I deal with my daily life? Actually, you can test it. When your heart is not moved by external phenomena, you neither give rise to thoughts nor do you have discrimination and attachment. You simply deal with them. Things will usually be more perfect. How do you do it? You recite Amitabha. When you recite Amitabha by mouth and by heart, at the time things are happening, it will impel you to deal with them. You do not need to think, do not need to give rise to any thoughts. Just go with the flow and do whatever needs to be done. Whatever doesn't happen, you do not even think of it. Once it is done, you let it go right away, not even leaving an impression. This is to use wisdom without discrimination and attachment. By doing so, things will usually be taken care of more perfectly due to Amitabha's blessing. Let go of the mind of gain and loss. Practicing in the beginning, we must first let go of the mind of gain and loss. For instance, things happen, do not think, can I succeed to complete it? What benefits will I get from it? This is the mind of gain, loss, success, and failure. Let go of the mind of calculating. We simply do things for all beings. Since I do it for all beings, I will not worry whether it is a success or not. When it is a success, very good, all beings have this fortune. What if it is not successful? It will be okay too. All beings do not have that fortune yet. I'll wait for the next opportunity. Do not put yourself in the middle of it. You step out of it so your heart will always be pure. You use wisdom instead of deluded consciousness. With this wisdom, when speaking of sutras and Dharma, you will naturally have eloquence, which is different from secular eloquence. Secular professors and scholars are also quite eloquent, but their eloquence does not flow out from wisdom. Therefore, the doctrine they speak may not comply with the truth. Only if the wisdom truly flows out of intrinsic nature can this kind of eloquence be unimpeded. The Four Unimpeded Eloquence. The Infinite Life Sutra states that those who arrive in Sukhavati will possess the ability of boundless unimpeded eloquence. This boundless means no obstacles. They have four unimpeded eloquence. What are these four unimpeded eloquence? The first is unimpeded eloquence with Dharma. When you speak sutras and Dharma, the terminology and phrases would not stump you. You know them all. What if you do not know? You will know by just checking the dictionary. But you would not attach to it. You can elaborate its implication explicitly. The second is unimpeded eloquence with doctrine. You can master the real meaning of the doctrine. You speak very clearly and right on target. allowing the real doctrine to emerge in its totality for the audience. The audience feels great when hearing it because you have provided the penetrating insight and made the audience come to a sudden epiphany. The third is unimpeded eloquence in all languages. At the Buddha's time in India, each ethnic group spoke a different language, yet everyone understood what the Buddha said. What they heard was their own mother tongue. This is Buddha's supernal power of unimpeded eloquence in all languages. We cannot do this. We must rely on translation. If there are missing parts from the translation, the audience may not necessarily understand or may even get confused. Therefore, we cannot be unimpeded in all languages. In learning to speak the sutras, we particularly envy this eloquence. The fourth is unimpeded eloquence in preaching with joy. This means that one enjoys speaking Dharma very much. He can speak Dharma incessantly from day to night. Shakyamuni Buddha at his time spoke Dharma 8 hours a day. Not only did he speak for those 8 hours, he always demonstrated Dharma when dealing with people, matters, and things, as if he was always speaking sutras. People would also understand Dharma by seeing Buddha's conduct. This is teaching by action. When encountering one person, Buddha spoke to one person. When encountering 10, he spoke to 10. When encountering 1,000 or 10,000, he then spoke to 1,000 or 10,000 people. No matter who came to implore the Dharma, the Buddha was always willing to speak to them. This is unimpeded eloquence in preaching with joy. To practice speaking sutras, one must have this kind of preference. Despite not having these four eloquence, I have a preference for this area. Why? Not because I like to show off, but because I feel that speaking sutras and Dharma is the fastest way of self-improvement. Do you know how many hours I have spoken since I quit my job 6 years ago? How many of my speeches have been recorded? It is estimated to be 3,000 hours. Within these 3,000 hours classes, only one person, that is me, has never been absent for even one class. So this student learned most seriously. From preparation to speaking on stage to introspection afterwards, I listen to my own recordings to examine if there are any points that are not spoken well enough. I learn particularly seriously. As a result, I gain the most benefits, so I love to speak. It helps me greatly. How big of a help it is to others, I do not know. If others have sincerity to listen, they may gain certain benefits. If they do not have sincerity, that is okay. I will gain benefits myself anyway. To speak sutras and Dharma, the key does not rely on how much knowledge you have or how many phrases and terms you can remember. It depends on whether you have a pure heart or not. People with a pure heart may not prepare before class, yet their audience is very joyful to listen. Sometimes they were pushed to the stage at a very short notice. What should be said? They do not know before going on stage. Yet after sitting on the Dharma seat, they know what to say once seeing everybody's faces. This is the blessing from Amitabha and the 3 jewels. It is also due to the fact that you wholeheartedly speak for all beings. When you do not seek fame, prestige, gain, and offerings, you can then possibly bring out this kind of blessing. You must also let go of gain and loss. Do not think, "What if I do not speak well and people laugh at me? What should I do?" Let them laugh. If students do not speak well, it does not matter that teachers laugh. All people in the audience seats are teachers. We do not need to be keen on face. You must let go of face. Face is a kind of sense of vanity. We must not have a sense of vanity when we are on stage. Just speak what we know and simply tell the truth when we do not know. The teachers will not put blame on us. This kind of mentality can then be called purity. To implore blessings from the three jewels, you must let go of fame, prestige, and offerings, let go of the sense of vanity, let go of gain, loss, and arrogance. Only then can your heart be pure and the blessing be obvious. When your heart is pure, wisdom will be revealed naturally, and you will not have any obstacle to explain those words and phrases. Thanks everyone for learning with us. Namo Amitabha.